We are on Davion Mitchell settings. It's off night in the playoffs, but it's not an off night for us. This is 94 Feet of Life via the scene, all capital letters, SCEN on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, you definitely should be subscribed. Your notifications should be on. 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group. We're going to recap the first couple of games of round 2, conference semifinals. We're going to get into a little bit of the curious case of Ben Simmons and much, much more. I got my fellas with me. I got Trav. I got Hamm. Flagrant 3 Hamm, if you can see on the screen. I don't know what a flagrant 3 is. I'm scared of a flagrant 3.
I mean, it's like this. Actually, the 7G, they could be flagrant 3 because they hit you pretty hard. Just quick plug and promo.
That might be a new brand for your. That might be your brand for your next Kalana cookies. The flagrant 3.
You see how we come up with just stuff on the fly like that on the program? This is why you need to subscribe to the scene on all the platforms. You never know what kind of jewels you'll get.
On Cinco de Mayo, man.
On Cinco de Mayo.
Shout out to our Mexican brother out there. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Fellas, let's start. Let's sort of get the stuff that's not as interesting out the way. Philadelphia, Miami. I think we talked about this in the pre-show meeting. If Joel ain't gonna play, this is not a series.
That pretty much covers it.
No Joel, no contest.
Yeah, it pretty much covers it. I mean, the interest dwindles each passing game that we come along. It's like I don't plan on watching tomorrow night. I might actually give me a few Z's. I might wake up and watch the second game. But for that joint, I'm really not even interested.
And they're saying
win, I might come back.
They're saying he's close. But man, I think if you Joel, you gotta fight somebody, man. You gotta fight somebody to get back out there.
Look here. Even with Joel, I think they done.
It's too late now. It's really too late. It's really too late.
Yeah.
It's really too late.
I think what we're waiting on with Philadelphia is what happens after they lose.
This is true.
That's the news.
The story is what happens because let's say even if they make this a tough 5, which I don't think they're going to. Doc, man, as much as I like Doc, I'm all for brothers coaching, but Doc got some real questionable stuff going. It appears, we're going to talk about this later, that nobody won this trade. The Embiid injury was unnecessary because he got hurt when we were up 29 with 6 minutes to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Doc's future is in question. We it's been kind of bandied about 94. Feel like what's happened to James Harden? Is this age that is finally caught up? There's some real questions about the 76ers. And a lot of those questions can't be answered until they lose.
This is true. And I'm not one for the counting of cats' pockets, of course, but there's like a $50 million a year extension on the table for Mr. Harden.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll discuss it in July, I guess.
Something. I want Trav definitely get yours too.
Yeah.
You moved mountains to make that trade happen. Are you almost in the position, fellas, where you have to sign him?
I think you got no other choice. You got no other choice. Because what they're thinking, it is not the player's fault. It's the coach's fault. So who's first in line?
Usually gonna be the coach.
Brad, you think it becomes Doc or James?
And more than likely, you move those mountains to get James over there, and you got 50 on the table.
And Daryl is his guy. James is, they boys like that. They've been pretty much in cahoots the last decade. Since they made the move from getting them up to Houston, from Oklahoma City. So I think that's what it comes down to. But then even going further than that, what about Elton Brand and Daryl Morey too? I mean, they got a lot of stuff that they got, that they're responsible for.
No, they absolutely.
So it's like you said, Big Shot. It really can't be answered until it's all pretty much wrapped up and sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the flip side, because we know we keep it about the game too, is Miami. And Miami just seems to be able to just bring anybody off. They bring anybody. They just find people out the G League. They got people who might win a raffle.
One dude they had on the floor. I thought I seen him in foot action the other day. I'm like, man, what is this? Where they find these cats? But they come in, they hooping.
They
play
like
hard.
They play hard. They play
in
hard.
shape. They play hard. What more could you ask for from a Miami Heat product?
Yeah, you got Duncan Robinson, $90 million, don't even play now.
Man, he chilling.
Play. I think the issue with Miami still is, can they score the ball consistently? Can they withstand drought? But they will grind you to a nub with just, as Hamm talked about, their conditioning, the effort. They're on a string defensively. They're not going to beat themselves. Mm-hmm. And they just kind of grind you out. They grind you out. So
they'll even beat each other up if they
yeah, they did. And the person that don't even play, the first one by they would fight.
He the first one swing.
UD.
Now, the other series in the East, we got it's all green everything. We got Bucks and Celtics. I think this one is probably going to go 6 or 7. I really like the Celtics this year. Because I think what is, and we talked about this, and Jay, you getting experiences right now, where you experienced this for the last 2 years with the growth of Ja. But you seeing it with Brown and Tatum. It's like, man, they gonna be hellish as long as they together. And you hear Jaylen Brown was kind of banged up, but let's talk about Bucks Celtics, man. I like this, even though Milwaukee had the great game 1, Celtics got them in game 2, Trav. I really like the Celtics today.
Hey man, they playing good ball, man. They playing good basketball. Jaylen Brown is your X factor. When he's rolling, they rolling. JT, he can do his thing, man. We know it. We know he can take over game. Nobody can stop him from doing what he want to do. But when he have that quality help within Jaylen Brown, it's like Jaylen makes everybody else kind of better. Then you got Williams hitting corner shots. Wait, he went 6 for 9 the other night, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Grant Williams.
You got Williams. You even got the other Williams playing with confidence. You got and they're doing this without Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart didn't play the last game. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. Marcus Smart.
He didn't even play. So you got all them guys. They just, when they own, they own. But here's the thing. Milwaukee is doing the same thing that they've been doing. Can Boston shoot that 3 ball as consistent for 4 games? Can they do that for 4 games? Because that is what Budenholzer is a product of the San Antonio system, and the San Antonio defensive system is going to give you 3s. Can you make them?
Yeah.
He won a championship off this. Let's see what happens.
Boston is like exercising demons from playoff past right now. really with all four of these teams in the the Eastern Conference on the Eastern Conference side, they kind of intertwined over these last couple of years in the playoffs in some form or fashion anyway. Philly and Boston and Toronto, Miami, the whole everything. Because like Milwaukee's route to the championship, I have to even go back 4 years. In 2018, that young Boston team with Tatum as a rookie, Jalen Brown as a second-year guy, the team that they lost Kyrie midway. They took Milwaukee. Milwaukee went 7 with them in the first round. Remember, that ended up being a good series.
Yeah.
Then Milwaukee's quest started that next year in 19, and then they get bumped by the Heat in 20, clean that up in 2021 en route to winning the championship. So it's like everybody that bumped heads in the playoffs recently on that east side, Philadelphia kind of taking the fun out of it on their side because they, just with all what they got going on. But with Boston, it's like, when I look at it, in order for them to get to the finals, you got to go through a Milwaukee team that's been a hurdle for you and you to battle with, and you got to go through a Miami team that beat you in the Eastern Conference Finals in the bubble. So it's a part of the growth, the steps. And here we are. I think we get about 6 or 7 out of it, though.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's fun to see young guys make these steps.
Yeah.
And speaking of growth and steps, let's get to everybody's favorite. We're gonna touch on Dallas and things a little bit, but let's not hold the people any much longer. You see the shirt, flagrant 3 Hamm, Warriors Grizzlies. And now we got wardrobe change.
I get off my phone.
Hey, all in all, man, the most epic playoff performance postseason of any kind. Jared Lawler ain't even have a world title match.
Hey, before you get into that, shout out to my guy, man. Tops, man. That's his shirt. Gotta get him out.
Yeah, we gotta send Art out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta shout out Art. Art told me to come by the studio today. I went through there. He hooked me up with some gear. I got to rock it on.
I need me another Tampa and Atlanta Brave exclusive from him anyway.
If you listening to this, or you listen to this later, the next time you in 94, we need you to post your work in the group. Because I think people need
They need to see it.
They need to see it. They need to see it, man.
But let's get right. Ja 47 in game 2. It's you don't want to put too much on a young man, but there's sprinkles of MVP roles. There's sprinkles of MVP Iverson. There's a little bit of sprinkle of like the best days of Westbrook in Oklahoma City. Like this, he's just an electric player. What I like about Ja, and I'm gonna let Hamm take over. He's shooting the 3 now, but he's shooting it just enough to make you honor it.
Make you honor it. Oh.
It's not like 2 years ago you could play him 4 feet off.
Mm-hmm.
Now you let him walk. Miss Trav talk about it, that walk-in 3. We just walk into it. Hamm, Ja, and the prognosis as we now head to the Bay Saturday night.
Win game 3. It's really, for me personally, it's one of those where it's like, man, they just got to stay disciplined. That's the key to the whole thing. Staying disciplined, staying to the script. The talent is there to match up. It's just you're going against dudes that's just certified. That's really all what it comes down to. They certified, they know how to do this, but they can be got. And you're going to have to cross that bridge at some point. The thing that I love about this crew, they don't give a fuck. They don't. They are completely unfazed. They gonna hear the Boo Birds on Saturday night. They with it. They don't care. They still gonna chirp. They still gonna talk. They still gonna do the gritty. You know what I'm saying? They all of that. That the culture that they represent right now is like, yo, I don't want this team. This is by far and away my favorite grouping of a Grizzlies roster. This is through Hubie's first 50-year roster, the 13 squad that Trav them cheated and swept us 4 games with. Um, hey, it's a heels world. I got to make my own shit up, you know. But you know what I'm saying? It's like people be sending me prospective trade. I don't want to hear that. No, man, we need to find out how we gonna pay Brandon Clark. We need to find out how we gonna pay D Melt. We need to find out how we gonna pay these cats. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want to continue. I want them to continue. I know it's not realistic, but hey, it is what it is. Man,
Trav, on the Bay side, the Bay Area side thing for Golden State, been there, done that. But as Hamm just so eloquently spoke of, the talent level is equal. What is Golden State now without Gary Payton Jr., who, you know, Gary Payton Jr. injury, fellas, remind me, I'm sure I'll go right back to you. Our historians will remember 2010 in the finals?
Okay.
When Kendrick Perkins got game 6 of the finals. And then in game 7, the Lakers got like 300,000 offensive rebounds.
Man, Pau Gasol with the work, Kobe with the work on the glass, right?
Yeah, so Bean had about 12, 14 rebounds.
It's an injury to a player that you don't really think like, oh man, it's not like you're not losing a splash, brother. But that injury matters. Because I think Gary Payton Jr. was the only one who had a chance. A small chance. But a chance to deal with Ja. Trav, Golden State, you're out without what do they do now to at least attempt to slow Ja down? What do they have to do with
That's where Kuminga and number 95, that's where they have to step up. I can't think of number 95 name, but I just knew his number because he got an offensive defensive lineman number. But that's where they step up at. But to what Hamm was saying, I'm gonna say this about Golden State. For Golden State to have Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson broke, and you still won the way you won, Memphis, you better be worried. It's not too many times them two guys gonna be off the way they are off.
They ain't gonna keep missing, y'all.
They're not gonna keep missing. They're not going to keep missing. Bottom line, they always been their team that next man up type of team. They always been their next man up type of team. But again, I don't know what got into Andrew Wiggins the other night. But Lord, whoever flipped the switch for him, he's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
He really is. He really is.
Each one of those guys are getting confidence in their play, win or loss. And that's the wrong thing to do. That's the wrong thing as an opposing team that's playing against Golden State want to see. You don't want to see Andrew Wiggins get confidence, especially in Memphis. No, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that.
It's true.
Them guys gonna go crazy. Them guys going crazy over there in the new Oracle. That ain't even the Oracle no more. I just call it the new Oracle. Whatever.
It's the State Farm building now.
Yeah. So it's gonna be loud. It's gonna be rocking. Is now your test is here, Memphis. Your test is here. Let's see how you pan out.
It's a Hooper type series, so that's what makes it super fun because it's like you ain't got to really worry about positions. You just throwing your best fives out there.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? They rocking.
Yeah. Remember them? I ain't gonna say old because this was the 2000s, but remember them Suns, Spurs.
Yeah.
Spurs,
Suns,
Maverick.
Mavs. Right.
It just
Trash.
we just playing.
This is battling. They playing, they battling. They just battling. They battling.
This is the 7 seconds for less. This is Dirk, and this is those series with 2022 flavor. I love it. It's been a phenomenal 2 games. Fun. Honestly, this series make you not want to watch any other series. To be honest, because you're just waiting on the next one. to be real. Now, he's not on camera. He's on mute. So I know he's listening. WorldWideLes, if you're listening, you might want to, I know you're on mute. You might want to put your fingers in your ears. Because this next part, hey, we have our biases, but some things we have to just call it what it is. What Chris Paul is doing to the Mavericks, it's masterful.
He'll be 37 tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
I think he turned 37 tomorrow.
He'll be 37 years old tomorrow.
Listen, man, he is absolutely. He could what as KG said about Gary Payton. He controlling them. He controlling the refs. He controlling the man.
He got the lady in the front row.
Controlling everything.
Chris Paul's last 2 fourth quarters, fella.
Yeah.
Filthy. Flat out filthy. He abused
Luka.
He abused Luka Doncic. We're not even gonna call Luka Doncic. We're gonna call him Luka Doncic. Cause no D. Pause.
That's our man WorldWideLes. Les, I want to talk to you because you coach. You
abused him.
And to me, it's not even about him scoring. It's the way he's manipulating the screen and roll to get the matchup he wants every time down the floor. He gets to that elbow extended. It's damn near it's unstoppable.
And they call the elbows, a lot of people, I know I do, I call it a kill zone. It's a kill spot.
Mm-hmm.
You get to that elbow, you get to 15 feet in, you got a lot of options there. You pretty much broken down the first level of defense. So now you're in the help. Somebody's helping. Once you get to that point, now you got an area where now you're making plays. It's a playmaking area. It's a scoring area. Mm-hmm. And what I seen him do, like it, you know what? And I can confidently say this. And if Chris Paul, if you're listening, he bullied Luka last night. It was a bully move. It didn't matter. Mm-hmm. They tried to put Bismack. They tried to have Luka guard Bismack. Chris Paul was like, come on, nope. Bismack, set the screen. It don't matter who you guard. I'm going to run pick and roll action, pick and pop action. I am going to have you guard me on ball. Like, Luka is supremely talented, gifted offensively. On the defensive end, he is a liability.
Absolutely. And he is hunting him every time down the floor.
Every time.
Yeah, and I'm going to say this. He's 37 years old. He's 37 years old.
We talked about in the group, Hamm and Trav, about James Harden and the birth that he's lost and etc. Chris Paul at 37 years old, but them smarts, that IQ, the understanding of the geography of the court, and when he get to that kill zone, it's curtains. Hamm, Trav, talk about it.
Dude, I'm gonna say it like this, man. How can you be a player that specialize in something and you can't stop it. Luka is getting done the same way he does others.
They do other folks.
Mhm.
He can't stop his own. He can't do that with his own medicine, man. And Chris Paul is dissecting it.
The heckler is getting hecked with
Getting
a
hecked
heckler.
with a heckler. Exactly. Heckler getting hecked with. That's the perfect way to put it. That's the perfect way to put it. And I mean, I'm trying to get with everybody else. I'm trying to watch Ozark, so I kind of cut that game off a little bit short. But when I see what I start seeing, I mean, I'm just trying to have lovely conversation with my Ozark friends. That's what I'm trying to do right now. But at the same time, when I start seeing it, I'm like, man, I don't need to see no more. I know what's finna happen. You finna get killed, Luka. How can you score 40 and give up 50? We gonna start. Hey, you gonna be one of the red carpet guys like Dame Lillard and CJ.
Hamm, if you're Dallas, I mean, and he's so smart. I don't really know what the answer is. But do you just say the hell with it? We're just gonna blitz this dude and just see what he can do.
Somebody else got to beat me. Somebody else got to beat me. Because I know he can. You can say like I know he can. Let Devin do it. Fine. Okay. Have your playoff moment, Devin. Knock us out. Grow. Keep your growth going. Let Michael Bridges do it. Let DeAndre Ayton do it. You can let JaVale McGee do it. Somebody got to do it other than three.
But you know what you know what's so bad about that?
If Jason Kidd could go guard dude himself,
he gonna have to. But here's the thing though. Why is it so deadly for Chris Paul to kill you? Because he know how to point and get everybody else involved.
The manipulation. It's the manipulation of the entire everything. Big Shot spoke on it. JJ Redick chided Chris Paul about it. Like, dude, you manipulate the game more than anybody. I'm talking about just from the most tedious points of it. He's always working. This way y'all don't like him. This is where y'all had to come from, Trav. You and Les. This is where it come from. It's like
gotta give him props, man.
Because it's extra. But he extra the way he go about. He's real angry.
I don't. I told you why off the record.
Hey man,
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Give him a PG heel version, but you're gonna be a real heel.
I mean, y'all know. I mean, when you hooping, I'll give you props no matter what. But I mean, we know what Chris Paul does. We know.
From the Dallas point of view, Dallas can't. Phoenix has said we'll let Luka punch himself out.
Yeah,
punch yourself out. We'll let you. If you want to shoot the ball 30 times, be my guest and shoot the ball 30 times. Because as Les has put it, you're going to wear yourself out shooting them 30 shots. Mm-hmm. And you got to come back down on this end. And we're going to find you on this pick and roll and you can't guard it.
And then after he took 29 dribbles to get to the 30 shots.
It took 11 dribbles to get to them 30 shots.
He took 30 shots, 30 dribbles just to get the one shot attempt off. So it catches up. It's no different really than James Harden.
Our man MJ was so right. He said this in 2019. He said, y'all gonna get tired of Luka real soon.
He did.
And he was right. Because Lord knows he is wearing me out dribbling this back. As Les said, he's a great player. He might be the best young player we've seen come in the league in years. But Lord have mercy watching him pound that ball to the deck over and over.
And the only person that could physically go out there and give Chris Paul trouble is coaching the Mavericks.
You know what I'm saying? If they could do it themselves, he would go.
Your best player can't be your coach too now.
Listen, man, that theory.
This goes for NBA and college.
NBA, college, it don't matter, man. I cannot have the best player polo. Man. The best player cannot wear polo or fleece, a nice fleece every week. Serious. So I got Phoenix. I give Dallas one. I give Dallas one at the crib. I get Dallas one at the crib, and then Phoenix go ahead, takes care of that business, gets them out of there in 5.
Pretty much.
Now,
same flavor.
To kind of close out the proceedings, the curious case of Ben Simmons continues.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to say this. I'm not a psychologist. I am not a doctor. Trav, I definitely got to get your view on this. He went from a chance to play in game 4 to now back surgery out 3-4 months. And this is my issue with it, Ham. I want to get your take, Trav, clearly. The back injury, to me, is the only part of this that's legitimate. Everything leading to this back injury, though, and to me, he's lost so much credibility that now even people are like, man, are side-eyeing a real surgery.
Right.
What's next for this?
I asked y'all earlier today, does he play again? I don't think he plays again. I'm trying to foresee, because it's like we can only really speculate, what we think we know, of course, in terms of the mental and all the other stuff, but he got a timeline it's like what Eddie Griffin was talking about with the Africans chained up in there. You just stacking shit on top of shit on top of shit. You can't go with it no more. So I'm like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to believe. I don't think I know what to believe and think is that we might not see him play another NBA game. I won't. At this point, I'd be surprised if he do.
Do y'all remember when Dwight Howard, I want to say that's 2013, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
When he went to LA and he just had back surgery.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah, 2012.
12, 13. That was 12, 13. He had back surgery and he kind of was not the same, and he started being a journeyman.
He started being a journeyman, and you know what else happened? They said that's when he was eating all them candy bars and he almost became diabetic. You know what I'm saying? Because he just eating 10, 12 Snicker bars a day.
Right.
All this anxiety building.
He wasn't taking care of himself either. But he's going, it's looking like he's about to go on that road. Cause me personally, the Nets lost in that trade. Philly lost too, but the Nets lost. Because you just basically just got him out of the area where he didn't want to go, where he didn't want to play. That's how he did. And he just used you as a seat. He's no good to you anymore. He's no good to you. Who's gonna take that chance on Ben? And that's where what Ham said, I don't see him playing nowhere. That's where it gets hard at. You done paid this man all this money, but you got a fresh back injury. Fresh. Backs, I don't care if you 25 or you 37. Your back is your back. You ain't got number one.
Yeah.
It's hard to come back from that. But we'll see, man. Ben, it's not looking good for Ben right now. Man.
It's not. And my theory was, again, a theory, as Ham said, we all speculating is, I think he had no plans of playing this year. As long as he was in Philadelphia 76, he was not going to play. The trade happens. Now, and anybody who hasn't worked out in months, you know what happens when you work out the first day after you ain't worked out in a while. I think he rushed it back, wasn't ready, and his body wasn't ready. I think he was hurt before that. Body wasn't ready and made it worse.
Hey, you know what I chalk all that up to, Big Shot?
Mm-hmm.
He don't love his game like that.
No.
It's mental, it's emotional, it's all of it. He don't love his game like that.
Mhm.
And this is why it's been really like that for a long time. Now it's just unraveling. You know what I'm saying? It's just unraveling in that way. It's coming out in the ugliest form to where it's affecting financially, it's affecting physically, and as well as taking its mental toll.
Yeah.
Hey,
Catching up.
I got a question. We were talking about the Phoenix and Dallas series. Got Lawrence Cleveland, man. He was saying you gonna blitz CP3 and create a half court 4-on-3. Why would you do that?
Somebody else got to beat me,
Lawrence, here, it's not a great strategy, but I can't live with him doing that. I can't.
He still, but here's the thing: you blitz Chris Paul that way, he's still manipulating the game.
Man, you gonna manipulate it anyway.
He's manipulating because it's not off the general assist per se.
No.
It's the hockey assist.
No, be clear. There is no great answer.
No,
there's no great answer.
I'm picking the poison. Let the poison be something other than number 3.
Exactly. I'm saying I would rather drink the arsenic than the ammonia. That's all we saying. That's all we saying, Lauren. It's not there is no great answer.
There ain't no answer for it.
You know what it is? I just have to see if somebody else can do something. I just want to see if somebody else can. I know this because I know what's going to come around that pick and roll to that elbow. I know what's going to happen there. I know for a fact was.
Think about the last 2 series that they won that they closed out. He went for 40 in the Western Conference Finals. I think it was 41 and 17 or something like that. Then against New Orleans, he go perfect.
His man, what,
Somebody
15?
Yeah, somebody else got to beat me.
And you know what's cold about it? And Hamm and Trav, we older. And we watch some of the great point guards, your Magic, your Stockton, and Isaiah. And it's for 3 quarters, we're going to run the show. And then when closeout time, I got it.
That was the most fun part about watching Bad Boys eat. He was 19-9 deep through the first 3 quarters. He get in the fourth, and he need to get nasty. He's gonna be 32 and 11 and whatever.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So
I ain't like it, but that's what it was.
We actually got a little bit of that from John the past 2 home closeout joints that he had. Because the Minnesota joint, I think he had like 18 in the fourth quarter, a game 5.
He scored 15 the other night, right? Was the last
15 the other night, right? Yeah, he had the last 15 of those. So it's one of those type of monsters.
Get me there, I'll take care of the rest. Get me there, I'll take care of the rest.
Even though obviously he's a different player than Chris Paul, Golden State, same thing.
Chris, John needs to borrow that. He need to borrow that elbow midi, Chris. We need that in the package down here. We gonna get him enrolled in the camp. Chris, you can go to the Bluff. We'll get you some Wing Guru, all that good stuff. 7G products. I'll let me, Chris. We can make this happen. We need that though, Chris. We need that package in my man's game. That's just for sure.
Y'all get a Chris Paul meeting. We might as well just stop watching basketball.
He'll be too explosive. He's too explosive.
He might over.
And then that'll save his legs too. That'll save his legs.
Save his legs.
That's my aim really, is to preserve his legs.
Yeah, because gotta save him. Well, look, fellas, we might reconvene next week. So we know we like to do a quick hitter. A week from tonight, Trav, I don't know if you got the schedule handy or somebody got the schedule handy. That's my quick hit. I should have pulled this up. My fault. How many of these series will still be going if we reconvene Thursday night? How many series will still be playing? Ham, you say 2?
The 2 that's been playing the 2 that's playing Saturday and Monday this weekend.
It's gonna either be 2. It's gonna be 2 or 3 because that Miami series may be done in 4.
Right.
That Miami series may be done on 4.
Wait a minute. So what time Miami and Philly play Sunday?
Sunday.
I think the afternoon slot.
That's at 7:00. TNT.
Oh, they got the prime time. Time.
Well, I was gonna say maybe y'all might make the Mother's Day brunch. Never mind. Y'all might have to work through that. Because that's Ham and I's favorite landmark, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is not cheap.
So Philadelphia, you'll make Mother's Day. You'll be all right. I think by next Thursday, depending on I don't know how the layout is. I think we'll be on a closeout night next Thursday, depending on how the thing falls.
I know Game 5 here is Wednesday. We got Wednesday, Friday, and Monday for 5, 6, 7.
What's the Bucks, Trav? What's the Bucks Milwaukee Bucks Celtics schedule?
Okay. So Saturday, they play Saturday. Monday the 9th.
Game 4.
Wednesday the 11th.
I think they're on the same day as we are.
And Friday, if it goes to 7.
Yeah.
So game 6 would be Wednesday?
Yes.
I think theirs would be Friday. No, theirs would be Friday with us. They're on the same schedule with us.
Yeah, they on the same schedule.
So yeah, the game 7s will be Monday.
I think we'll know 2. I'm agree with him. We'll have 2 conference finalists by next Thursday. We'll have 2.
Because I think Dallas will close up that Tuesday. I mean, Dallas, but Phoenix.
I'm giving Dallas 1. So I think Phoenix. Yeah, give me Phoenix in 5.
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia, y'all can catch the Mother's Day to go plates. Nate. And I just because for the culture, Grizzlies Warriors deserve 7. The culture will be cheated if we don't get 7.
Man, imagine Game 7 on Beale Street.
Hey, listen, 7
unless my guys can go to the Bay and steal 2 of them.
They got to. They got to.
I think to win the series, they're gonna have to win 2 out there.
Exactly.
That's just my thought.
For sure. Well, we're going to wrap it up right here. 94 Feet of Life, seen as the family. Remember, 94 Feet of Life is a Facebook group. Subscribe to the YouTube, notifications on. We will check back in probably next Thursday to see where we are at with our games. And, hey, Memphis.
We got draft lottery this week. We got draft lottery this week too, right?
I believe we do have a draft lottery coming up.
Like Tuesday.
We'll probably.
I'll be posting my y'all team slow memes. That's why y'all in the lottery.
Right. We'll see what random people like lottery green room this year. But on that
Dan
note,
Gilbert, don't send that boy Dan Gilbert. Y'all ain't no lottery team. No way.
You know what? We're gonna save that for next Thursday. Our least favorite lottery people Next Thursday on the 94 Feet of Life.
Pat Croce will be named. I'm just gonna say that now. Pat Croce will make the list.
Pat Croce. Next Thursday, y'all, remind us our favorite and least favorite lottery participants. It's Trav,